It's no doubt that people remember Bionicle commercials, and within those commercials, they had songs by alt-rock bands. Cryoshell, All Insane Kids, they even had bands like the All-American Rejects. Bionicle was really, in a way, a gateway to a lot of music that I listen to nowadays, and it wouldn't have been possible without these songs. My list will probably differ from yours. These are my personal favorite, and a lot of these are very interchangeable. Without further ado, here's my top 10 list of my personal favorite Bionicle Band songs. Let's rock out! At number 10, Ride by Presence. It was pretty much the last Bionicle Band song. During the Legend Reborn's end credits, this song plays. Now, unlike a lot of songs that are going to be on this list, this wasn't a song that was made specifically for Bionicle or specifically through the LEGO company. This was just an outside band that the either filmmakers or the LEGO team assumed, this song is kind of encapsulates this year of Bionicle on Barra Magna, and I definitely feel that. When I hear this song, I'm reminded of The Legend Reborn. For good or ill, if you like the movie or not, this song was pretty much attached to the hip to this movie. This song literally ends with Screamo. This song definitely was an awakening for me in a way. I figured I'd get this one out of the way. I really like the song still, I like all the songs on this list, but if I had to put one of these songs at the bottom, this would probably be it. Number 9. Bye Bye Babylon by Cryoshell. Now, this song definitely feels reminiscent of the Glatorian era. All the commercials, most of the commercials, featured it. As Bionicle fans, we'd been with Cryoshell for a while. They have other songs that are much further up on this list, and I don't mean to do any disrespect to put it at number 9, but out of all the Cryoshell songs, I feel like this might be sort of the bottom tier, but that's just me personally. I know a lot of fans still absolutely love this song, and it has this sort of like Middle Eastern guitar riff. It definitely sets the tone for the Glatorian and Machanui's arrival. When I hear this song, I think of the barren wasteland. It's even very much present in Cryoshell's music video. Right here is some BTS from the shoot of the music video. They tried to match the atmosphere of the year of 2009 with Spheris Magna, a desert wasteland planet. It's still an incredible song. There are some amazing moments within it like this. Again, I'm not disrespecting the song, I really love it, but if I had to personally rank it, it'd probably be in the lower tier, so we'll keep it at number 9. Number 8. Crashed by Daughtry. This song 100% encapsulates the 2007 storyline with the Toa Mari. Everyone fighting for the Mask of Life, tossing from one person to the next. Each Toa, from Jawler to Motoro. It's pretty iconic. A lot like Ride by Presence, this was a song that was handpicked by Bionicle and the LEGO company from Chris Daughtry's many songs. Daughtry, I believe, was like an American Idol winner or something, so it was interesting. A lot like with the All-American Rejects, they pulled from someone who already had music and decided to assign their song to promote Bionicle. I know a lot of fans would probably put this higher up on the list. I still really enjoy it a lot, and there's some amazing moments.
I'll take it from you.
It definitely sets up this epicness of one of the final battles before reaching the core, Cardanui. A lot of fans will say this is iconic, and they might even put it further up on the list. For me personally, it's not the most Bionicle sounding, but it's still a great song. It's definitely one that I listen to again and again. Number 7. Face Me by Edzim and Malta from Cryoshell. They did this song as well as Gravity Hurts. However, for me, this is where the music starts to get really interesting. My number 6 and this are honestly very interchangeable. but I really like that Cryoshell tried something new by having some of the male band members provide their vocals to a song. This song even has like a sort of dubstep moment in it, as you can hear right here. I believe this was also released as a sort of 2007 song. There were a lot of songs. I'd say 2007 was probably the year of Bionicle that had the most songs. For some reason, I always associated it with 2008, but still, I just love this song. It's very grunge almost, and kind of gets into a grunge, almost like a Nirvana sound that you don't really hear a lot. And it shows that Cryoshell had a lot of diversity within their music. Number 6. Closer to the Truth by Cryoshell. Now here's where the music starts to get really interesting. As you know, this is from the 2008 storyline, where we're quite literally getting closer to the truth about the big Mata Nui robot. The Toa Nuva are back and they're awakening Mata Nui. We're at the core of the universe, Karda Nui. When I hear this song, I think about all of the Toa Nuva getting the pieces together and going to the Codex, all of the giant vehicles and these battles in the sky. I remember at the time, I thought like this was one of my favorite songs ever. Like I had my list of my favorite songs of all time and this was on there. It just feels epic. The intensity of this moment is represented in just that piano in the background. Less rock and a lot more like creeping in my soul. The lead singer of Cryoshell here does some of her best work in my opinion. It really points to the fact that the stakes are higher than they ever have been before in this year of Bionicle, and this song really just encapsulates that. The visuals I have of the Codex Mata Nui awakening. Obviously, it was featured in a handful of the Bionicle 2008 commercials as well, so I really put two and two together. This song is totally reminiscent of the year of 2008. The stakes are higher than they've ever been, and I don't know, this song, just whenever I hear it, I totally think of 2008. The Mystica, the Fantaka, but especially the Mystica riding on the vehicles. And this year, we are quite literally getting closer to the truth. Just the ending is epic. Alright, and now we start getting to the top half. Number 5. Gravity Hurts by Edzam and Malta. Once again, two of the male band members of Cryoshell decide to take a song into their own hands and provide their vocals. A lot like Face Me, this has a bit of a grunge vibe, but a little more Cryoshell sounding. Now for a lot of fans, this might be their favorite Bionicle song, especially if you came into Bionicle or were a big fan of the Fantaka series in the beginning of 2008. When I hear this song, I totally think of the commercials of Matoran and the Makuta fighting after Pohatu, Lewa, Kopaka flying in the sky. Quite literally, the song's title, Gravity Hurts, is an interesting concept, seeing as we are in Karda Nui, the core, gravity working against you during these battles in the sky. Just listen to some of the vocals here. It's good stuff. Most Bionicle fans absolutely love this song, and I have no doubt that it would be higher on the list for some fans. But this is just me personally. At number 4 is Move Along by the All-American Rejects. This is where Bionicle starts to take a big stand in pulling alternative rock bands to the foreground of their ad campaigns and commercials. Everyone, even people that aren't biggest Bionicle fans, they were watching Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, Cartoon Network. When the Enika commercial came on and you had the Toa Enika fighting all the Zammersphere launchers in the chain-link fence setting with rain coming down, Motoro, Joller, Holly, this was the song that accompanied that commercial. Quite literally, I think this is where Bionicle got me to venture into alt-rock the most. I still listen to the All-American Rejects, and this actually made me go out and purchase this band's music. So in a way, it did success for shining light on a band and giving them some more attention that they needed. Obviously, after this, the All-American Rejects went on to make Gives You Hell, and they, became extremely popular. I don't think Bionicle was the sole reason of why they gained popularity. But it's an interesting decision that of all the bands at the time, Lego Bionicle decided to go to the All-American Rejects. You guys are probably also aware that Free the Band was this whole campaign. There was this whole concept that the Proc had captured or stolen this band and was holding them for ransom, or was holding them hostage. Yeah, so basically you had to free the band, and the band was the All-American Rejects. This song was used in dozens of other commercials too, not just Bionicle. But it's funny that people really associate the All-American Rejects when they were younger to the Bionicle commercials. These commercials were infamous for this song. I remember I would show up to school and have something in common with the girl next to my locker because she was a fan of the All-American Rejects, and so I'd have my foot in the door to talk about the All-American Rejects, their most recent releases, their most recent album, their most recent songs. So it was really actually fascinating, and I'd say out of all the songs on this list, this was the one that really pushed me into getting into alternate rock music, and at the same time was a musical escape for me and a musical awakening, I would say. 100% for me, Move Along by the All-American Rejects is definitely in the top tier of Bionicle Band songs, and I think it very deservedly takes the number 4 spot. It's hard to find any Bionicle fan that doesn't have this song on their list. Number 3. Caught in a Dream by All Insane Kids, or AIK, A-I-K for short. This song is Bionicle 2005. Maybe not one of the best years, maybe not anyone's ultimate favorite year, no doubt about that. But this song encapsulates the Viscerock, the Web of Shadows film. This encapsulates this year so well. I don't even know how to describe the way I feel when I hear this song, but it just reminds me of going to Bionicle.com, finding this song, playing the MP3 over and over again on my family computer, turning up the speakers and just rocking out. The guitar riffs are so cool in this song. It even has breakdowns and even has explosive moments that are just epic. I think of the Toa Hordika and their Ratuka spinners. I think of the Viscerock webs and the Viscerock horde throughout Metro Nui. I think of a barren wasteland Metro Nui that used to be a huge Neapolitan city, now covered in shadow. The lyrics are really interesting too, because if you're a kid who doesn't have a lot of friends, felt like an outsider, this song was for you. This song was even featured in the credits of Bionicle 3 Web of Shadows. I was young enough where I was just starting to dip my toes into alternative rock. And that's why this is at number 3. Okay, now coming up are 2 songs that are very interchangeable. I have one song at 2, one song at number 1. To be honest, it was very hard for me to choose. At this point, it's totally just my personal taste and the impact it had on me as a Bionicle fan. This next one, a lot of people might have it as their number 1, but I'm saving that spot for something truly special to me. And at number 2 is Hero by All Insane Kids. Yeah, just like I said, I'm sure this is number 1 for a lot of people. This song quite literally encapsulates Bionicle, what it means to be a hero. It's too bad that there aren't many more songs by this band, and I can't find much about them. Let me know in the comments below, but I really can't find a trace of these guys on the internet. They have a really good sound, it stands out, and it really inspired me to get into this music as well. The build-up, the lead-up to the sudden hard-pressed to find any Bionicle fan that won't rock out to this song. This came out in 2004. It was pretty much the song of Metro Nui that year. I totally remember watching fan music videos featuring all the Metro Nui, Toa Metro Vocky commercials. That's what this song mainly went along to. I have distinct memories of playing this song in my friend's car whenever we were driving to school or from school. I would play this song all the time. I remember quite distinctly putting in my headphones and having one of my headphones with my friend, and we would both just listen to this song and go crazy. Just the ending guitar riff here is so great. Every single Bionicle fan will say that this is probably their favorite song, you know. It's just, especially early on when Bionicle's only about halfway done with its story. This truly was and is one of the best Bionicle Band songs, which is why it deservedly sits on my number 2 spot. Now again, like I keep saying, this is just my personal list, and you probably already know what I'm going to be putting as number 1. For me, the number 1 Bionicle Band song is Creeping in My Soul by Cryoshell. Now this song, to me, has a lot of reasons and why I put it at number 1. It set the tone for a world that we just hadn't been before. We are in the depths of the pit, deep in the ocean. It is dark, it is creepy, it is foul, and it is honestly a really creepy song. I always will take sad, creepy, melodic music is just like my favorite type of alt-rock, and this is 100% it. This was our introduction to Cryoshell, which is like the Bionicle band. People have their theories, I 100% agree. They're pretty much, you could call them an industry plant by Lego and Bionicle. They would probably funded them, they probably gave them a shot and said, look, we'll pay for you to help you make music, just make it for Bionicle. And I mean, you know, it's not like this song, you listen to it and you just think Bionicle. I remember my ex-girlfriend of mine loved this song actually, and like I had other friends that liked Cryoshell and they weren't even Bionicle fans because of this song. I remember getting on the computer and seeing the trailer, the advertisement for the Baraki, and being kind of swept away and totally engrossed by this creepy vibe. It totally sets the tone. To me, this is really like an emotional song as well. It's just so iconic to me. I can't even really place my finger on it sometimes why this song is so important to me and iconic. I think her vocals are just gorgeous, beautiful vocals. Now the one we're listening to here is the 2010 remaster, where they put even more of her vocals in it and really build up the melody. It took the band quite a couple years to get their stride, but they definitely have it here in this version of this song. It makes me think of being underwater in Mari Nui, where all hope is lost. It's the battle for the mask of life, you know? This is Toa Inaika's now newest mission in one of the most dangerous, dark, and secret places in all the Matoran universe, up against these creepy, foul creatures underwater. The ending here is just so beautiful with the melody and the way they take her vocals to the next level. This song just is everything to me. I don't know what it is, it just hits on all levels. Just amazing song. When anyone hears this song, they're reminded of 2007. Just listen to this ending. Out of all Bionicle songs, I find myself listening to this the most in my free time. Still to this day, after all these years, I'm always listening to this song. So yeah, personally, this is my favorite song out of all Bionicle Band songs. It hits me the most, it sticks with me the most, it sounds just the most raw and real. That's why I have it as my personal favorite Bionicle Band song. Well, alright guys, that's my personal top 10 list of my favorite Bionicle Band songs. Now, there really are only 10. In fact, these are pretty much the 10 Bionicle Band songs that are out there. So go ahead and list your ranking in the comment section below. Where do you put your top 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them? Go 1 through 10 and just let me know. I'm curious. You know, it's very personal. Music is subjective after all, and it depends how it hits you in the heart, hits you with the emotions. It all depends on who you are, and I'm sure we all differ in our opinions here. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell button to know when I upload and when I go live. Like this video and go ahead, comment. What are your top 10 Bionicle Band songs? Check me out on Instagram at @TheZachCap, and I'll see you guys next time here on BioTalk. Hold on a minute, I think I forgot one song.
Yo, yo, Paraka. Yo, yo, Paraka.
We can all forget about that one, can't we? Or, well, maybe not, unfortunately.
Yo, Paraka. The gang on the loose, nothing you could do. The beast on the move, bully coming through. Trigger, tracer, drifter coming